Now, ladies and gentlemen, after the hard act to follow Nina, we're delighted to be welcoming Rowan Douglas, who joined the Howden Group. Yes, come up on the stage. Rowan Douglas, thank you.
Follow, Nina. Whoa.
Tough act to follow. I'm sure you're going to do it. Rowan joined Howden Group as CEO of Climate Risk and Resilience in 2023 after leading WTW's Climate and Resilience Hub, which you grew significantly. You co-founded initiatives like the Insurance Development Forum and the Coalition for Climate Resilient Investment, and you were awarded, this is quite something, the CBE, the Commander of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire in 2016 for your contributions to risk, insurance and sustainable growth. Yes, I'm not sure if the British Empire still exists, but thank goodness Rowan is still with us.
There we go.
So here we are. Big countdown all together. 3, 2, 1.
Well, Nina did have a tough act to follow, and I couldn't agree more with her issue around risk leadership. So I'm going to take, well, the title of my talk is Risk Managers to the Rescue for Leadership, and I'm going to take as inspiration the incredible Risk Revolution celebration that many of us attended at the Bernabeu Stadium last night. Hands up any of you who were able to be at the Bernabeu last night. I think we were all inspired by being at that place which represents enduring team excellence. Even just sitting there in the stadium watching them prepare the pitch for tonight's match was just like awe-inspiring. Seeing how a place could be a focal point of those 85,000 people and ultimately millions watching tonight. And then some of us were able to actually hold the European Cup itself because, of course, Real Madrid are the current European champions. Huge thanks to my Howden Spain colleagues for organizing all of that. But then there was a delicious moment for some of us midway through the evening when my friend Alfredo was welcoming a coach full of 40 risk managers to the Bernabeu. And I thought to myself, wow, what would it take for us risk managers and insurers to be playing in the top games in Europe, to be playing at the very highest Premier League in our companies and in our sort of challenges of today? And I thought, well, what is the Premier League for risk management? And of course, we've talked about it a lot this week. It's the climate emergency and everything around that. That is the ultimate risk management challenge that confronts us all. It's existential for many of our companies in the near future. It's existential for all of us ultimately. Our own research we published with BCG just in June showed that natural disaster losses will increase by 50% on average by the end of this decade, just 5 years away. And there will be already a commitment of $20 trillion of investment in the low-carbon transition. Even now, that's committed. 10 trillion of that will need insurance. And it's fascinating because I've been in this sector of climate and sort of risk for about 15 years, but it's in the last year or two that I've noticed a change, that our industry and our expertise is suddenly, at long last, being invited. So, sustainability professionals in companies are now desperately calling upon risk managers for their expertise and their advice and their data. Economists have run out of models, scratching their heads, talking to actuaries and catastrophe risk modelers. And even investors and bankers have run out of road and are saying, actually, maybe we need to talk to insurers and underwriters to truly get a handle on this risk. That's exciting. That's an invitation we cannot refuse. But it's deeper than that. Last month, I was in New York at the week of the General Assembly, but also New York Climate Week. I've been going for about 10 years. For the first time, insurance was the key topic. Never happened before. And do you know why? It's because, like many things in life, when we can't get it or we can't get enough of it, we suddenly start missing it and we realize what it means. And people in some fashionable parts of America or working in particular industries are suddenly getting the sense that insurance may not be available in quite the way they're used to. And when people can't get insurance, they can't get credit, they can't get investment. But more concerningly, they know that people who will want their assets won't be able to get credit and won't be able to get investment. And that creates concerns over liquidity. And that ultimately creates concerns over valuation and stranded assets. Not necessarily now, but in the future, people are worried that they won't be able to sell that asset that they're buying or that company they're investing in at the same level in 10 or 20 years' time. And do you know what the canary in the cage is? It's insurance and insurability, which is why our expertise is suddenly making it into the higher leagues. So I issue an invitation. At Howden, we've invested, my colleagues Luigi Sturani and Enrico and Danny here, invested €1.5 billion over the last few years to create a fresh European comprehensive platform to support our clients. At the same time, we've made the biggest investment in climate of any broking company in a dedicated team. So now we invite you to join our coach to support you in your teams, in your companies, play at the top level, but also join the Stade de France, the Allianz Stadium, and play in the top games, in the top matches in the European business of the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, Rowan. Congratulations. Thank you.